When it comes to the world number 1, people often think of achievements, silver trophies, championship ribbons, millions in prize money. But for Iga Swiatek, that position also means something else: responsibility. Not the responsibility to win, but the responsibility to speak up for those who cannot speak up. In February 2022, the world was shocked by the news of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. While most of the sports world remained silent because they don't want to get involved in politics, Iga chose to act. Quietly, but with great weight. When she entered the Doha tournament just a few weeks later, she didn't carry a PR message, didn't post hashtags on social media. Instead, after each victory, she draped herself in the Ukrainian flag. No explanation, no comment. She just stood there, in the middle of the field, as if sending a signal to the world. I can't do it for you, but I can stand with you. Few people know that after that tournament, she donated all of her prize money, more than $600,000, directly to Ukrainian child welfare organizations. Iga did not do it for the praise. In fact, she hardly gave any interviews about it. When asked, she simply said, "I am lucky to have a voice, so I cannot be silent." Her kindness was not loud, and that is why it resonated so much. But Iga's human story goes beyond the borders of Ukraine. She is also one of the rare female athletes who has spoken publicly about her mental health while at the peak of her performance. It seems simple, but in fact it is extremely difficult in the sports world, where people are used to being strong, resilient, and hiding all pain behind a winning smile. After Roland Garros 2021, where she defended her title under suffocating pressure, Iga fell into crisis, not because of failure, but because she was no longer emotional. Everything seemed to be passing by without meaning. She describes the feeling as successful but empty. Instead of silently enduring, she did what few people dare to do: temporarily withdraw from a few tournaments and openly admit that she needed help. She says, "I learned that it's not always okay. Accepting that is the first step to healing." Soon, Iga was back, stronger, not because she had overcome it, but because she knew how to live with that instability. While many tennis players choose to sponsor luxury brands, Iga devoted herself to building the Swiatek Foundation, a small but practical organization that provides psychological support to young athletes, patients with depression, and especially teenagers facing anxiety and bullying at school. She regularly visits schools, not to speak, but to listen. At 24, she is already an icon of Polish sport, an idol to millions. But if you ask her what she is most proud of, she probably won't say her Wimbledon title or her 37-match unbeaten streak. She would say, "I am proud that a 16-year-old girl from Krakow texted her and said, 'Thanks to you, I went to see a psychologist and I am no longer ashamed.'" And that is the true strength of Iga Swiatek, a tennis player who fights not only with her racket, but also with her heart. A champion not only on the court, but also in social awareness. A young person who dares to stand up and say things that no one else dares to say, because she knows pain, if shared, is less heavy. And in a world of sports filled with the sounds of victory, perhaps Iga's gentle silence, as she carries the Ukrainian flag, or listens to a child talk about her worries, is the most resonant.